10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Gemco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana, or we should say Goodbye October edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
The Halloween edition.
The Halloween edition.
Yeah, you know they're selling Gary Risponi masks at all the stores. That's going to be a popular costume.
I wish, you know. People like the Doug Dawson and people make money like that. I can't never make any money. I'm the only Italian in my family that don't make a lot of money. Yeah. Well, you got a Don Dubuque mask?
No.
You don't need that to make money. You make a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Independently wealthy. Well, let's talk a little bit about hunting and fishing. That's what this show is supposed to be.
Well, hunting and fishing, we got a lot. It's all coming up right now. I got a lot of seasons open up. I made the banquet circuit, and by the way, we got a lot of banquets coming up. But I went to Delta Waterfowl the other day with some of our friends. Packed house again. People all excited about duck season coming up. No hurricanes, so. No, it was very exciting.
Yeah, I went to the Covington Mandeville chapter banquet for Ducks Unlimited, and the same thing. The talk is real positive. Everybody was relieved that tropical storm Karen didn't come in and kill all that submerged vegetation. So everybody is really looking for a banner year on the ducks front.
Yeah, well, this next coming week, there's more DU banquets all the way over. But Delta Waterfowl, tremendous food. You know, I had to go there and eat, but it was real good. Down there, we also, we're going to visit CCA's, the S.T.A.R barbecue, the awards dinner at the Live Oak Arabians. We were there, and we talked to most of the kids, and then we gave, it was so much noise and everything in there. Some of it, y'all bear with us, but I have to talk to those kids. They're so excited, and that's what it's all about. We're trying to get the kids involved, the children involved, and so we talked mostly to them. I did try to get an interview with Hugh Dawn. Now, he's the guy that won the big pickup truck, the Chevy Silverado, and I got him to tell me about where he was catching fish. And so when we do that, when we go to making the trips around the banquet circuit, I'll tell you about what he said in case it didn't come out.
Did he get a chance to meet the guy that turned down the truck? That would have won it when he caught the first redfish and declined to take it?
You won't believe it, but Mr. Guidry was there, and he was still giving stuff away. He gave a mounted redfish away to the people in there that were in there. He's still giving stuff away over there. He was at the banquet, sure. Didn't get the chance to talk to him. Also, we got a Chapel Basin fishing trip. Gary Krause went over there, and he was looking for bass. He wound up catching sac-a-lait. They're starting to move. Him and I got a difference of opinion. We'll talk about what's shallow and what's not shallow when it comes to the spillway. So somebody might weigh in on it and agree with him or me. We did that. We got the sac-a-lait fishing trip, and we got Jordan Tarahana, one of our camera guys and one of our editors. A young man that's just all excited about hunting. Filmed his own hunt, killed a doe, and we got some of that. Don, and what else we got? Fishing report.
Well, I went fishing down in Grand Isle. Actually, we were closer to Leeville, but we left from Grand Isle, Captain Daryl, Carpenter, and myself, and found pleasantly surprised that in the same ponds now, we're at that time of the year where you can catch redfish in the middle of the pond, on the side of the pond along the edge of the grass, and in the middle of that same pond, you can pick up some speckled trout. So we'll take you down there, too.
Well, that's good. We got the Abu Garcia fishing report, and we got an extensive fishing report, so. All I can say, you're supposed to say that. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
You did that pretty well.
Okay. I'm learning from you, Don.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about two new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter. Wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. Two great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and Gary. Down in Grand Isle, Leeville, this time of the year, the fishing is getting prepared for fall and winter action as the speckled trout transition really starts to pick up steam. We're getting another front in this weekend. Temperatures are going to drop a little bit lower, and it's bringing those speckled trout closer in. Made the trip with Captain Daryl Carpenter, RealScreamers.com. What we were using for bait, Bridgeside Marina did not have any live shrimp. So second choice is those cacahominas, which a lot of people in certain areas like Cocodrie, they call them larsh, different name. People in Lake Pontchartrain area don't use them. For some reason, there may have been speckled trout caught on cacahominas, but I've never caught one and really don't know anybody that has. They will not bite them because it's not a natural bait species that's found in that area.
I remember personally, at this time of year, people down in Port Suffolk and in Venice prefer the cacahomina or the storm minnows at this time of year.
They can be a very good bait, and in that Grand Isle Leeville area, it's an excellent bait for both species. We were fishing some tight areas, some little nooks and crannies, some trinasses. We also fished a little bit of ponds. The key was we had water that had been stacked up. When that last front passed through, that water was pouring out of those ponds and bringing that bait. The windswept side was the better side to catch the fish. If you threw up against the grass within that first 8 to 10 feet, redfish would take your bait. If you had it out more to the middle, there was speckled trout out there. A lot of these trout are still little schoolies. We did see some birds working over some bait. Again, if you work the birds, you're probably going to end up with smaller specks. But I was surprised that a couple of the specks we caught, the nice size ones that have already moved into the pond, just about up into that Leeville area. So from here on out through the rest of the fall and winter, expect to catch both of them in the same area. Where during the summer, you're pretty much limited to only finding redfish in those duck ponds. Not true right now. You're going to be able to find them. So again, the key is a couple of things. The cleanest water you can find, water that's got bait in it, and moving water either from wind-driven water or from tidal movement. That's going to be your ticket to catch fish in that area. Let's go there now. Captain Daryl Carpenter with a few more tips. If you're fishing Grand Isle, Leeville, you can leave from either area on fishing fall and winter combo trips, speckled trout and redfish.
I think he's got that in there.
You think so?
Well, you got to remember, I got about a 2-foot limit.
Oh, now he's got it now. There we go.
Yes.
Didn't know whether you wanted a cork or you wanted the bait. I'll tell you what, morning like this, it sure feels good to be wearing sweatshirts for a change. Sign of things to come this winter. That's a nice little red. All right.
Well, the two main things are clear water and bait, which we found both today. There's bait all in the ponds. The water in the ponds were clear. The wind has blown like a son of a gun the last couple of days, but it stopped a little bit today, gave us a chance to get out and really chase some fish. That's where they were the other day. Ooh, good trout. There's a trout hitting the carp. I'll tell you that. I mean, there's some days that I started off throwing a spinnerbait. They just nosed up at it, didn't want to touch it. Live was the ticket today. On the redfish, they wanted that live minnow. They wanted to, sit on it. You saw they were attacking carps today. They were just a little bit timid, so they wanted that live. Trout, they were hitting both, the plastic and/or the live. We're live bait fishermen. Don't ever leave that dock without live bait if it's available. You never know when you're going to need it.
Is he a flipper or a netter?
Oh, he's going to be a netter on this ultralight. Yeah, ultralight tackle's fun, but you gotta net them. The trout have moved in up here, so it varies with days. Some days 50, 60, some days 30, 40, but they're mixed in with the reds now. As we saw today, you're going to get both when you're fishing for either one. Well, we're still in that transition period. You saw today we were catching trout under a carp. But that'll hold probably for another month or two until it gets really cold. Then those trout are going to kind of start sinking to the bottom. You're going to have to change your tactics a little bit. But right now, still under a carp, just working your current points, working your marsh banks, working any point, anything whatsoever that'll hold bait, that'll hold those fish. Coming at you, babe. Whoa! Don't spend a whole lot of time on any one spot. Right now we've got a falling tide in the morning, so a lot of these trenaces are draining water. Fish, test them. There's fish outside of them. One day they'll be there, one day they won't. But test it. If your water's clean enough and it's moving, it's going to have bait in it. You're going to have a possibility of having fish there. If they're not, give it 20, 30 minutes. If not, then move to like a pond like we did today. The pond had 2 or 3 trenaces draining it. There was water moving all through the pond. The fish were kind of up in the grass, but they were in that moving water at the edge of the grass. Yes, indeed. Ultralight gear, I love it.
You got that ultralight gear, we use a ultra heavy net. Coming up, ooh, he ain't ready yet.
Thank you there, Mr. Don.
There's an old saying, when the weather's as beautiful as it is today, it doesn't really matter if you catch any fish. But while you're out here, you might as well.
I love my LSU Tigers now, but I mean, hey, I'll just go catch them, listen to them on the radio, or catch them on the TV afterwards. At least I get to bring home dinner. Now what you gonna do here?
Oh, anybody got a weed eater? Oh, need another weed eater, lawnmower, something. Oh, we got him. Look at that trout, huh? That is a beautiful trout right there coming out of the marsh. A sure sign the transition's underway. You probably got a lot of festivals going on, certainly a lot of football games, but with this gorgeous weather in the forecast this weekend, you got to get out here and do some fishing.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Of all the tools in your house, this could easily be the most dangerous, but it doesn't have to be. At Dimco, we can't stress this enough. Just keep it, and you, far away from power lines.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
When we come back, we're going to be in Vermillion Bay fishing with the #1 team member Louisiana Saltwater Series.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Welcome to T-Butte, right out of Vermillion Bay. I'm with Captain Steve Smith. Just got through with the Saltwater Series, and what a great year you had. Captain, we've been trying to get together for a long time right now, and the speckled trout are turning on in Vermillion Bay.
Yes, sir.
In this area. So tell us about where we're going to be fishing this morning.
Right behind us is a long reef that goes out about 1/3 of a mile off the coast. We're in the Gulf of Mexico. We're on the reef, as you said, called T-Butte. And it's a long reef that goes out, and we're going to work up on the north end, start our way down south, hopefully catch them trout on topwater.
Well, it's supposed to have a north wind that's going to be blowing in. It was real cool this morning running out.
Yeah.
So let's see if you know what you're talking about.
Let's
ready
do
to go? We got Gene Torrance here with Aerial XS. We got Gary Krause here, who's on camera right now, but pretty soon you'll probably see him on the ride too. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. And what a paradise we live in. Yeah, this is Louisiana. Got more reason. My daddy taught me this. Works good on braided line. All this. It'll keep it. Watch this float better. It won't get tangled up in there.
The north end of the reef right here, and it comes out, there's a big trough right here. You can see the bait's already kind of starting to stack up. You got birds working out here. We're going to pull up, anchor up in here, and as the current comes, as the tide rolls through here, it squeezes all the bait into this trough, and the trout congregate here to get a good free meal. So that we're going to get in position, and hopefully we'll let old Black Cloud get a fish or two on topwater. Yeah, this is perfect.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Hot water.
Top water actually is Vermillion Bay.
That voodoo shrimp. It's that special voodoo shrimp. That's what's doing it. And a popcorn. It's the first time I've ever fished with a voodoo shrimp, and it works.
Ken Shimada's done a great job with that little bait. I tell you what, I use it a lot with my customers, and it's incredible because you can catch so many fish on the same bait, and you really don't, you don't have to work it even like live bait, where you continuously reloading the hook. I've caught 100 trout in a day on the same bait before, so they work really well.
Bring this side.
This side?
Yeah. We go close.
Look at it.
Call that fish.
Look at it.
Now dance for me on camera. Go ahead. That son is dancing.
You're going to scare him away.
You see him dancing? Go ahead, dance for the camera. Oh, Captain Steve, put me on him. Tell me where it was. Go do it. Good foul, too. Good foul. Good foul. Good foul. He ain't coming, huh? Good foul. Look at that. Good solid.
Voodoo shrimp, speckled trout, T-Butte, Vermillion Bay, Louisiana. Enough said. Mr. Gary finally has a fish that we can actually put in the box. I didn't win the championship, and I didn't put y'all on 100 trout by 7:30. It's a mess out here today. H&H queen size cockahoe, plum trues. I call it the 88-cent special. When the water's a little off color, it gives a good contrast in the water, makes it very, very easy for them to see and identify. As they swim, it switches color like this, so the fish sees the difference in the color, and that's what makes them, I think it's a reaction strike that they see.
Good trout.
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as say it's a good trout, Gary.
Get the net.
It's a trout. Any trout.
Now we need the net.
Any trout.
Now we need the net.
Any trout that crosses the gunnel is a good trout.
Hey, let me tell you something. I hate to admit it, but Captain Steve, Gene just missed one. Captain Steve said, "Hey, here, just wait, just wait." That's the third time he's been right today.
This is the normal trout that we catch out here at Cypremort Point. Nice, good, healthy fish. I don't know, 14, 15 inches long. There's a bunch of them. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Mr. Gary's catching these juvenile trout. He's so excited. The black cloud has been lifted.
Oh, yeah, that's the fillet.
That's not even a fillet, Mr. Gary.
That's, I want you to measure. Measure him on
it's 12 1/4 inches. We'll keep it.
Measurement.
You know what? Oh! I'm so sorry I accidentally dropped it. Let's go catch a little bit bigger one.
I think that would have made the chips out of a fishing chip.
Let me tell you what. He's clowning. It's a good thing. Good thing the filet mignon was good last night. I was gonna have paper. I was gonna get a tip. Every time he throws away, that's a tip. That's more coming off his tip.
That's okay. Now, we'll have them for another day.
I'm measuring this. Don't even let him put his hand on it.
Had to throw another one back. How about this one? Now this one is, good thing we hadn't put Gary's in the boat because mine would eat his.
I was catching fish every cast. And then he threw them little fish back there. He said they were little. They were over 12 inches. Now they didn't go back in the water. Told them other fish, don't bite that shrimp. You fool, don't bite that. Ain't a real shrimp. And see what happened now, I ain't getting a hit.
It's been 3 minutes, he hadn't got a bite. It's never quit. It's been 3 whole minutes.
Don't throw another fish back. 12 and over 12. Hold on, I can't see it. Hold him up.
Told you I'd catch the biggest one. Y'all just go back there and keep talking.
I had one that big.
No, you didn't. Yours was 10 inches.
I had one that big. Good. First time in Vermillion.
First time in Vermillion.
Think you'll come back?
Huh?
Think you'll come back?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to come back with Captain Steve.
keep this.
Who wants the sandwich? Get me a Coke.
And then you couldn't catch it. So me and Dean gonna try to put something in the box.
Mr. Gene wants a sandwich. I want a Coke. Gary wants you to film. I want a cup of coffee.
Why don't you play with it? Hey, fat, look how thick they are across the back.
Yeah. Yay! And
Watch
wee!
Watch that thing.
Speckled trout, Vermillion Bay.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
All right, now.
Uh-oh.
Which one is bigger? Which one is bigger?
Uh-oh.
And they let me fish? No.
Come on, close to the camera, Steve. Look how much bigger.
It's amazing how when you're catching fish, you're so much better mood than having friends, you know, having fun with friends. That's it.
Almost every cast.
Cap Steve, let me thank you one more time for a great outing with a fun trip. Everything was nice. The camaraderie last night, the food last night. You're a tremendous host. I'm gonna do it. Also, you're a tremendous fisherman. I don't want you to get the big head, but congratulations to you and your partner, Mr. Garrison, and the young Drake Garrison for being the team of the year. I know the championship the other day, Drake come through, but it's a tremendous thing. It's your first year that you was on circuit. You know, fish any kind of tournament,
right?
And to be the team of the year it's got to be humbling. But
it was. It's our first attempt at it, and we did real good. Drake did really well for his first year, only being 12 years old and his first attempt to fish in a competitive environment. He had a really good year. We as a team had an exceptionally good year. You know, John has got tons of professional fishing experience. This was my first one in the tournament environment. And it worked out real well, so we were real proud of that. We're looking forward to 2014 and hopefully can get a little sponsorship and compete again next year. So that's
maybe even in a different circuit, a couple of bigger circuits.
Right. That's exactly
along
right.
with Louisiana Saltwater.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Vermillion Bay and what we're seeing right now this time of year. I've been here 2 or 3 times with you and Ticoon, you know, and I've been always catch good fish, and you always wait for the rivers to go down.
Right.
Once the river go down, I know for the last month or so you've been catching. But we're getting to November now. This is your favorite time of the month for Vermillion Bay. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
What makes Vermillion Bay, Cypremort Point, and all these areas right now so special this time of the year?
Basically, the river, the Atchafalaya River has come down. The seawater has come back into the bay and has salted the estuary up, which actually allows the bait fish to become, really popular and really populate the bay, along with the trout and the redfish. You know, run outside the pass or even navigate through the pass. I've seen a lot of people run aground right there in the pass, not knowing exactly how to navigate through the markers and so forth. I would suggest going with somebody that's been out before. The same way with the reefs. You know, when we got to T-Butte this morning, the reef was completely covered. It was underwater. When we left, it was completely exposed. So it kind of gives you the idea of what to look for when you're out there. So I would suggest riding with somebody the first couple of times.
Well, thank you. If somebody wants to learn more about Vermillion Bay or maybe schedule a trip with you, tell me how they can reach you.
You can reach me on the web at CaptainSteveSmith.com, Facebook, Stillwater Outfitters, Captain Steve Smith, or you can call me, 337-654-3880.
Yeah, thank you again. I'm ready to do it again. You got Gerald Horse coming next week. You're going to take a fly fishing trip, and you're going to use the other boat.
We're going to use the tournament boat and take a fly fisherman out with Daryl, and then he and I are going to go fish some topwater the next day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
I would love to have some of that video, but I'm sure you can find it in Louisiana Sports.
Absolutely.
In a couple of months. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. This is Vermillion Bay, and I can't wait to come back.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
I can't believe y'all brought me out in the blind and we ain't got no food. Man, I'm hungry.
Don't worry, Gary. This will be over quick.
Thanks to our sponsor, Raising Cane's and Todd Grays, a real Louisiana sportsman and conservationist, with true aim and sure shot, giving back to Louisiana.
Good job, girl. That's a better retrieve than any duck. Cane's, the official chicken of Louisiana outdoors.
When you shop for health insurance, you'll find Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana everywhere. No matter where you are, you're covered through and through. We got a blue for Louisiana, we got you covered. Lake Charles, North Brown, Changaloo, from Venice to Vidalia, Bio Grove too. No matter where you are, you're covered through and through. Every parish, every zip code. We got a blue for you.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and all season long in the summer we have kept you abreast of the happenings with the statewide tournament and Anglers Rodeo, the CCA's only and the biggest and the richest tournament that's held in the state. And it all ends in a big culmination event called the S.T.A.R Banquet. It's held in Baton Rouge in October during good weather. It's an open air over at Live Oak Arabians, and you were there, and everybody showed up to claim their boats and the kids' prizes and had good food and celebrate the whole
I think some people just saw all the cars because they had all the fields and pastures over there full. Good thing it was good weather because, I mean, it was packed. Just like you said, it was probably the best weather we ever had. You know, sometime I remember years ago we had a hot time. We had a few things, and then one time we had was rain. But it was a perfect night. The kids, everybody showed up. You know, being a school night, and some of them kids are traveling from Lake Charles, but they start early and they finish early. So they do a great job. Rat Trasher was in his realm. He was there calling. They had so many other prizes too. He had some giveaways. I'm talking about African safaris, boat fishing trips, C.T. Williams, and all the people that you see, all the guys, Kevin Ford. A lot of the people, fishing people, or people that got TV shows were there. It was just a great night and great food. Walk-ons, I'm telling you what to do to yourself. That chicken and what all they cook, it's called it a barbecue, and it was delicious. Everything they had over there, from the potatoes to the green beans. You know, I got to talk about food. But the main thing is the kids and all the boats are given away. Beautiful array of boats. Everywhere you look, you see prizes, tackle boxes. Our sponsor, Louisiana Fish Fry, they got ballers. They got everywhere you look, tables full of baits and rods and reels. It was just a tremendous night. I love it. It's a good food, good camaraderie, and more than anything else, we got to talk to some of the winners, and we're going to congratulate Mr. Hugh Dawn again. He was telling me, it didn't quite come out because there's so much noise and people there, but he was talking about how he caught that fish. He was fishing, and where they were fishing, out of the Wrigley's, and they were fishing. He started out with plastics. He was catching fish on them. He wound up catching live shrimp, but he caught it on dead shrimp on the bottom. He's caught that tag redfish. So something in your mind to remember. And let's go to the banquet, Don. I mean, this is, what else can I say? And let's talk to the kids. The big winners to me are always the kids.
Chuck Harrington, Covington, Louisiana.
T. Manuel, Kinder, Louisiana.
Kermit Manuel, Kinder, Louisiana. His dad.
Call Daddy the Ship Channel.
We got to talk loud over here. We got the man on the mic over there. We got to talk loud. JC Abad, JC, I've been knowing you since you was that big. Granddad, you always winning, you and your brother Joe. Tell me what you won.
I won 3rd place, Dorado.
Where were you fishing?
In the Green Canyons.
Yeah. Did y'all catch any other fish that didn't make it?
We caught a few blackfin tuna.
What's your favorite thing to fish? Everything, freshwater, saltwater, indigo. What's your favorite fish to go after?
Probably offshore, saltwater for dolphin and tuna.
Congratulations. Keep in touch. You're about to get big as me.
I go to school at Fresh Elementary in Sulphur, and I'm 10 years old.
What do you like most about fishing, Amy?
I like that I can be with my family, my mom, my dad, and my siblings, and being out there on the open water.
What's your favorite fish to catch?
My favorite fish to catch would have to be flounder.
Nathan, tell me about Nathan. But where you from? Where you go to school?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I go to Parkview. And
Nathan, what do you like most about fishing?
I like to be out there with my dad and my friends, and I like the challenge of having to go out and find the fish and catch them.
And sometimes win a boat. It's unreal. At your age, you already got your own boat.
It was pretty exciting because it's the first boat that I've got. I don't have a boat other than this one.
And good luck to you, and good luck to Parkview Baptist in the state playoff.
All right, thank you.
Kylie, congratulations. Now tell us a little bit about Kylie. Where you go to school and what grade you in?
I'm in 2nd grade and I go to St. Aloysius.
Kylie, what do you like most about fishing?
I like that my daddy helps me when I need help.
Number 3, Hunter Fritz.
You like being with your family, huh?
Number 2, Edmund Ducoy.
What's your favorite fish to catch?
A speckled trout.
Joshua, tell me something about Joshua Gibbons. Where are you from, Joshua?
Lafayette.
Where you go to school?
Cathedral.
Joshua, what do you like most about fishing?
Fishing, staying in the, staying outside.
Being outdoors and fishing. You like the smell of the water, salt water and all that?
Yes.
Everybody knows us for this.
What's your favorite fish to catch?
Trout.
What you caught your fish on?
Gold.
A gold? What color?
Orange gold.
Yeah. Congratulations. Good deal. Keep on fishing. How does it feel to have your own boat now?
Good.
You can't even drive, though. Who you going to get to drive this boat?
My dad.
Congratulations. Tell us about Trey Smith.
Well, I always try to catch fish, and I always keep them on the hook.
Where are you from, Trey?
I'm from Pastor State, Mississippi.
Where you go to school?
Pineville Elementary.
What grade you in?
I'm in 1st grade.
Trace, you caught this fish. What is your favorite kind of fish to catch?
Speckled trout.
I can see that. What was your favorite bait of the day? What you caught that fish on?
Shrimp, live shrimp.
Congratulations. What you gonna do with this boat? You can't drive. Who's gonna drive this boat?
Me and my dad.
You gonna take a safety course? Yes, sir. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cash's Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cash's 50 Style Diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cash's is fun. Cash's is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cash's Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
What's up, y'all? Jordan Daryl here. Today is Sunday, October 20th, 2013. And I can't believe that just happened. That doe came out of nowhere. And I just stuck her. Stuck her real good.
I've been waiting a long time to say this on camera. But Uncle Ted, my friend, where have we seen this before, man? This is too awesome. I know I shot a little far back on the deer, but I wanted to make sure I cleared that shoulder. We got some decent blood. I'm gonna let her lie for a little bit, come back with some reinforcements. Filming and killing. Well, we were patient, we waited a while, came back for some reinforcement and found the doe. Filled the freezer. With a little bit of patience and some good weather, you'll get an adrenaline-filled bow kill just like this one. Man, don't forget to have fun and more importantly, be safe when you're out there hunting. There's no deer in the world worth somebody getting hurt over. Talk to you guys soon. Shoot straight. And you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
And congratulations to Jordan on that find. Not only the kill that he made, the great shot, but also an excellent job of videotaping his own hunt, which, you know, Jordan might be able to set up a little side business in instructing people how to tape their own hunts. Right. He is a real pro at that, and more people want to get into it with the advanced technology and the inexpensive cameras.
It's a 2-camera shoot. He had his big camera and he had his GoPro, and that's the way he do it. Besides that, he's not going to pass up a good shot, though, just to get on camera. And how he's been so fortunate enough to get both. You know, well, in fact, he even shot a hog, but he was embarrassing because it wasn't a good shot, and he wouldn't show it. But he shot a hog that same day. Wow. You know, but Jordan is a good, and he does it with his family. He's the most family-oriented young man I've ever seen, too. And he loves his family, loves his club, and he'll drive all the way from Venice, and we cover something, or Grand Isle, on a Saturday, and he'll drive all the way back so he could be at the camp that night to hunt on Sunday morning.
Well, whether you're hunting with a bow or a rifle or a shotgun, and you got a camera too, I've been there before myself. You got to prioritize why you're there. Are you there first to get the footage, or are you there first to make the kill? And Jordan seems to be really good at doing both. Speaking of hunting, we got a lot of seasons now opening. We're into the hunting seasons as November gets here. Got the youth hunting happening for the coastal zone for waterfowl. We got a lot of youth hunting still going on for deer. Some of the areas opening up for primitive hunting. Statewide archery's in. You got the either sex. So you really need to check that Department of Wildlife and Fisheries website and make sure you're hunting at the right times for the right species in the right areas.
You can check your hunting booklet too. Most of your outlets now have your hunting booklet, so you can check your hunting booklet also.
Now, speaking of hunting, we got a lot of banquets coming up this time of the year for the hunters too.
Well, especially the DU people. DU people next month in November are loaded almost every week. You're going to find one somewhere around in the state. And we'll run that list on a thing. Quality deer management, I don't know if I've seen one, but they usually, all these conservation groups, sure. You know, the Elk Foundation, everyone, your big game hunters, you know, they're doing that to raising. If you're going to be part of this deal, you know, buy in, help support them, help do these conservation groups. If you're going to be a team player, be a team player.
All right, and the Delta Waterfowl recently had a big one.
Well, yeah, just have one in Baton Rouge, and then I'm sure they're around the state too. You can go to their website and see what they got going on.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove.
We did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
No, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about two new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter, wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. Two great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana for the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. We're going to start off with the state freshwater fish, the sockeye, white perch, crappie, whatever you want to call it. And Gary, you got a hold of some this past week.
Yeah, but they're not up shallow, as I call it. We were talking about people's difference in shallow. When they get 12 to 18 inches up on the ledge of the bank, that's what I call shallow. But I found them 3.5 to 5 foot deep, which for the chapel eye is what I consider deep. Still off the ledge
with Mr. Salters,
in the canal.
We fished with Mr. Salters the other time. It starts turning cold, you know. They move off that bank too. Also, they win. And I usually say, I talk to people. I think shallow is 2 to 3 foot. You know, get in around stumps and tree stumps, or the. I guess in the middle of summer, you know, they way out in the trees, and if most of the canals are 5 or 6 foot. I know where you're coming from. And sometimes they're right up on them outside trees or lay down trees and you catch them. But I talked to people this past week and they catching them in 2 and 3 foot of water in the soil, upper soil. I'm talking about upper soil, but you getting reports, you caught yours in the pigeon area, am I correct?
In the pigeon area. About the only clean water I could find. Muddy water seemed to be everywhere. I don't know where it's come from, but you had to get into the dead-end canals where you found that good clean
you were sort of
spillway water.
That saved the day. You pulled it down to Butte Plan B, right?
That's right, Plan B.
You were looking for them bass. You left here all excited, you know, with your baby brush hogs,
That's
you know,
right.
That copper color, and you was ready to go there.
But this is my favorite time of the year. I'll stop bass fishing just for sac-a-lait because that's what's going in my freezer.
All right, well, tell us what size were these fish and how did you catch them? What bait were you using and what was the technique?
Black and chartreuse tube jig, some of it with a slip cart, some of it tight lining where I could get deeper with a jigging pole.
And what size were these sac-a-lait?
From half to 3/4, a little bit, a couple of them a little over 3/4 of a pound.
You
Nice
know,
fish.
you always say, you know, that's the official freshwater fish for the state of Louisiana. You know, it's not so much for the action. I believe it's because of the way the meat tastes. And somebody promised me the other day it was going to bring me some sac-a-lait fillets for speckled trout fillets. And I haven't got them yet, but I'm sure I will.
Oh, that was me, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, well, tell us about the fish. Tell us about how you fish them. How you found them? You just started and...
It's like anything else. I start shallow and just keep working deeper until I finally get a bite and then try and concentrate on that depth. But it was any piece of grass, any piece of wood out in the canals away from the solid line of grass along the bank.
Don, I run into an acquaintance in Walmart the other day, and he came up to me and told me his friends, as we were speaking, he just got a call from his friends up in Upper Saw fishing sac-a-lait. They were fishing them on a cream bait, and said it was the only one, and it looked like some of the little bass assassin with the pointed tail, the little gulpy looking minnow, and he couldn't find the exact color that his friends would catch them on. His friends would say he would catch them on black bat, silver belly with sparkles in it. And he was catching them. He had the tuxedo color. He said he had been catching them on there. So that's they were catch. You know, but most of the reports I'm hearing too are black and chartreuse. And when you get in that stained water, you know what they're saying, they're going with white, blue and white or blue and silver. In that stained water. Clear water, they're black and
Two basic colors. There's nothing fancy about it.
Well, we are definitely getting into the time for the sac-a-lait and the white perch to really start picking up. What about the bass fishing?
You can still go out and catch bass. Chatterbaits, spinner baits, dark plastics, the watermelon colors with any combination of glitter.
I talk about Jody all the time. Jody caught every time. He went and made about 3 trips last week. Right after Gary, right before Gary, and he was limiting out. He brought a buddy, they catch their 14 bass, and they come on in. You know, he looking for sac-a-lait. Gary did better than he did because he didn't find any sac-a-lait, sort of the top off their box. But he's catched them. You know, he won a tournament, his local tournament the other day.
Well, how about your central and north?
They fishing around the Reed Canal. He's saying that we ought to have. A shoe pick tournament's coming up right now, because right now shoe pick are everywhere. It's like they're making a comeback or whatever they're doing. Another thing is low water. With the north winds, low water, watch where you run, watch how you run, because you can run aground, even in Grand Lake.
What are you hearing from your central and north Louisiana contacts?
Nothing, because these guys are still deer hunting. I talked to Mike Clark and never hear nothing. Homer just got back. He didn't go fishing. He fished the Central. He fished the Central Open. So I haven't gotten any reports. Take it back. I talked to some people at the Banquet the other day. They got camps on Lorto in the Saline area. They busted loose. They catching sac-a-lait, they catching bass in Lorto Saline area. But any other lakes, they told me about those lakes because they live on the lake.
Well, on saltwater scene, we showed you some footage from the Grand Isle Leeville area. We also showed you some from Vermillion. Moving further to the east towards the Venice area, Hopedale, Shell Beach, Delacroix. Fishing is still really good in those areas, particularly for the redfish. Red fishing is really off the charts right now in the Delacroix area, and is what's happening in Leeville, Grand Isle with those speckled trout moving further and further in, so you don't have to run as far. All that's still going on. That's another one.
Oak River area, all up in there. What's good about Pont La Hache and Bayou de Lodge is right now that you can catch redfish, bass, and speckled trout in the same water. A.J. Vicari has sent me a picture of some of the good-looking bass he's been catching in the same place, same water that he's catching speckled trout and redfish. Don, you know, offshore still off the books too, even when it's a little rough or choppy. You've seen what we did with our brothers. It was a little bumpy, you know, but they're catching fish right now. Tuna a little hard to find because that wind is sort of breaking up them and not a whole lot of shrimp boats. You know, you can't just go out there and find them shrimp boats. You got to have a network. You got to find out where these people are following these shrimp boats or where they're fishing. So don't just go out there blind unless you've been going out there every week. So.
And when I was down in Grand Isle, we were trying to persuade Buggy Vega to come fish with us for the speckled trout and the reds, but he had already had a trip planned, and it was kind of on hold depending on the winds, because this is when those fronts come through. But he decided to go out anyway and looking for mangroves, and made an excellent catch of mangrove snappers. Pretty close in by Grand Isle, so that's still going on down there.
That's it.
All right, well, you know, you talked about all the hunting going on. There's going to be a lot of people in the woods. That means there's going to be less people on the water. So a lot of people, like Jeff Brule says, this is my favorite time to fish when all the hunters are out.
Well, I got a little news for you, too. I messed it up in the news segment. Saltwater Series, they always have their 2 or 3 youth rodeos. It's this coming weekend at the Myrtle Grove Marina. For the youth, Saltwater Series tournament for the youth. Full of prizes, full of expert people that show you how to throw cast net, how to fish, how to cast, and like I said again, food and prizes.
Well, later on this month too, they had to reschedule that kayak tournament, the Fallen Tide, which is one of their big ones down at the Venice Marina in Venice. That one will be scheduled later this month, and we'll have details coming up on that for you. Did want to mention, Gary, for the hunters, don't forget, if you want to get a great gift or present, the St. Hubert's, the Prayer to St. Hubert's that I wrote with the portrait from Randy Caminita. We got a special on these. It's a great item in the camp. You can get 2 for 1 right now by going to my website at dontheoutdoorsguide.com. And I know you're a real proponent of this, and we're starting to see them in a lot of camps all over.
You know why? Because I believe people light up when I bring it. I bring it to a camp so we'll get invited to go someplace. Promise not to go there empty-handed. I bring them a Louisiana gift box and this, and I always get invited back.
Well, St. Hubert's Feast Day this Sunday, November the 3rd. So if you are fortunate enough to bag a deer or some other game, say a little thanks. Give a little thanks to St. Hubert, the patron saint of the hunters. Well, that's about going to wrap it up, unless you got something else, Gary.
I can't think of anything, Don. I'll probably think about it once we wrap it up.
All right, well, we'll have to tell you about that next week. So be right back here with us for another edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
Hey, Capt.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Chemco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, the tire programs for tire dealers.